First at 11, Georgia and Ole Miss facing off in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Clark. The game is still happening at this hour with the Rebels taking the lead just minutes ago. The score now 27-24 in the fourth quarter. Today also marks 1 year since the deadly attack in New Orleans. There were 14 lives lost when the suspect plowed into the downtown area. The attack also postponed the Sugar Bowl, that game between Georgia and Notre Dame. Well, this year, Georgia's back in the game, and fans are holding watch parties, including the Jacksonville Bulldog Club at both Cole Haynes locations. And that's where we are finding Zach Wilcox live tonight. And they're excited there, Zach.
Yeah, Jessica, one fan joked with me that we'd have to pry her off the ceiling by the time we went live at 11. And of course, it's been such a close game. That's certainly been the case. We actually had to move a little bit farther away because of the volume that was going on over there with every single play. A lot of these fans really passionately into the game. And regardless of the outcome, several of them told me that they're relieved that the game at least started without an incident after the tragedy that happened last year, especially with so many club members that made the trek out to New Orleans to see the action in person.
We're ready to have everybody in New Orleans hear us here at Cole Haynes cheering them from here.
Sean Stetson has planned his fair share of watch parties for perhaps the biggest Bulldog club in the country in Jacksonville. While he called the dogs from Jacksonville, he had the safety of his fellow club members who made the trek to New Orleans in the back of his mind after last year's Sugar Bowl was shadowed by tragedy. It was January 1st of 2025 when a suspect drove onto Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing 14 people and injuring dozens of others.
We've got some guys that are there now from the club, and that was, hey, go be safe.
With the game involving the same team on the same day in the same place 1 year later, it had Stetson thinking about how much of a close call last year was for the club.
Our president was there last year. He actually was right on that street corner right before it happened and walked away.
While it was on their minds, Stetson says many club members didn't let it keep them from going back this year.
The thing that does come about it is those precautions, kind of get escalated for the next year, and everybody kind of goes above and beyond to make sure that something like that doesn't go down, and it makes it an even more safe environment, moving forward.
You hate to see things like that happen, big celebratory event, and then, some kind of tragedy unfolds. So, we're just trying to be on the optimistic side of, the new year, obviously, and hope for the best.
Stetson is hoping it's not the last watch party he'll get to plan this season.
I think we're going to make a really nice run, and with a little luck, maybe another natty.
All right, so thankfully nothing reported yet incident-wise out of the Sugar Bowl and out of New Orleans at this point. And if Georgia is able to pull this game off, they'll have a date with Mandarin's own Carson Beck and Miami. That's a name that's quite a few fans winced at a little bit when I brought it up, given that Beck transferred to Miami from Georgia before the season started. On the South Side, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.